So I just wanted to check in and just let you know how I'm doing. Let myself know, really, because I know I'm the only one who will be watching. And I read yesterday and I read the day before, about 15 pages in each book. So I'm roughly around 28 to 35 pages in all of them, and pretty impressed with myself for doing that. But I'm very, very slow reader. So I think me saying I hate writing is that's just not true. It's reading. But it's just how long it takes me to read, I guess. And so as long as I'm reading a book that I find interesting, it's nice to be able to immerse myself in it. And now, having written a book, I have kind of a new appreciation for writers, because I know, the kind of struggle that they went through writing, what they probably considered to be, a baby. So, but having said that, there are a few that well, let's get into it. So, Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. I can tell this is just going to be hopefully a cute story, but that's all it is just, surface level. I would love for there to be something deep that happens. I'm hoping, but so far the writing is just it's a wonder how some people, I don't know, I don't want to insult anyone. I just think it's okay, so it's YA, but I think maybe this should be middle grade. But then again, actually this one I read more of than the rest, because yeah, I'm at 56, and apparently it's split into sections, and it starts over at chapter 1. So I obviously haven't read enough to really know why that is. But it's okay. I hope it gets better, because it's the book that I've been using as comp title in my queries, and it's like my book, it's different, so maybe I made a mistake with that. Challenger Deep. This might be the closest to my own writing style, and so I do like it a lot. Something about my book is that my chapters are pretty long, and as a writer it feels really nice to just immerse myself into a chapter, but as a reader I really appreciate it more when the chapters are short. So that will be interesting, because what do agents like? Wouldn't they want to feel like they're flipping through the book faster? So kind of like chapter here, and then chapter begins there. So as a reader I like it. I don't know what else to say about that. I don't know if I should say spoilers or not. I enjoy it. And I also read, I'm at 42 right now, page 42. So I read some of this today as well. And out of all the books, I would say this is definitely one of the ones that I gravitate to first. So, really like it. It's kind of a kind of story that I would like to write one day. But then again, if I read a story like that and it's done really well, I might not feel like I need to, do that. So there are drawbacks to reading that don't include just being slow at it, because as a writer, it's inspirational to read what other people write. It's beneficial to know what they are writing, so that I don't do the same thing. But at the same time, it's kind of discouraging. It's just this dichotomy. thanks for the trouble. Every time I open this book, it gives me a sore throat. So maybe it's been sitting in the library for a while. I don't know. It's kind of... It's just okay. I don't really like the fact that the character is writing stories, only because it just feels like a cop-out to me. I feel like, yeah, it's much easier to write a certain way if you can just blame it, well, it's the character, it's not me as a writer. So I don't know what to say about it really, except that it's okay. The Astonishing Color of After. I'm kind of confused by the whole color thing because, oh, I can't remember what it's called. Synesthesia? No. Can't remember what it's called, but when tastes and sounds, you actually see color, you associate colors with tastes and sounds, and other senses kind of get mixed up with seeing color, I believe. Very interesting. I love that kind of thing. But I don't think that's what the character has. I think the character, because they talked about art class and how the art teacher talked about color in a certain way and how colors mean different things, which I'm like, oh, I kind of mentioned that in my book, and so it's like, it's not very original to do that. But, so to be honest, not enjoying it that much. And it's not because it's a bad book. I think it's just a story. Now I'm reading it because I used it as a comp title, which I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have. But I used it as a comp title because it is a very emotional book, dealing with emotions and trauma, and my book deals with that too. So I thought there was some kind of connection, but I'm thinking maybe not. And if I didn't use it as comp, I think I would stop reading it. Gosh, I hate saying that because what an accomplishment it is to write a book, and this is her debut, and so I'm gonna keep reading it, obviously. The Song of Achilles. I enjoy it. I really like the spacing of the lines. What was I gonna say? Oh, was it? Oh, it's the next book. I like it. I'm not into Greek mythology, so I don't really care about, the stuff that other people care about. I just want to read it for the love story and, of course, her writing. But it definitely is something that I enjoy reading. So I'm just really happy about that because I thought it was going to be a really tough book to read, especially not knowing anything about Greek mythology. But it's going very well. I'm on page 26, so I'm about to start chapter 4. Really like it. So the first 15 lives of Harry August. Wow, are there a lot of typos in this book, and it scares the crap out of me because I do not want my book to get published with this many errors. I am shocked. On one page there were 3 errors. Oh my gosh. Other than that, I enjoy it. So I'm about to start chapter 10. So I'm 34 pages in, and it's good. It's good. I don't really know. Well, the world is going to end, so he got messages that were sent back in time to him, and so he keeps reliving his life. So what's he going to do with that information? I don't know yet, but it's also something that keeps me engaged as I'm reading. And then finally, I think the most surprising book of all is Strange the Dreamer. Now, usually when I don't want to do something, when I do it, I realize, oh, that was actually better than I thought it was going to be. And so I had this inkling that Strange the Dreamer would be something that I enjoyed more than I thought I would. Maybe it was going in with low expectations that is making it better, but I don't think so. The writing in this book is so superior to the other books. What an absolute pleasure it is to read. I mean, she does use, I think, too many similes. I am not a fan of similes. Like, once every, like, 10 pages or something, okay. It would be interesting to see how many similes I use in my book. I know it's not that many. I'm more of a metaphor person. But her writing is so beautiful. And so, where did I see it? I saw it somewhere. Exquisitely written and beautifully paced. Publishers Weekly. Yeah, I don't know about the pacing yet, really, because let's see where I am. 32. So I'm about to start chapter 4. But wow. Just something to aspire to, I think. I hope that when people read my book, you know, as long as I can get it published, that they would think that it was beautiful writing. I think I said that I write lyrical prose, but I think it's more poetic. So is there a difference between the two, a distinction? I'm not sure. Now, I will say Laini Taylor's vocabulary is much better than mine. Like, you can tell this girl has been writing, and it's very apparent. So I guess it all comes down to, will I actually enjoy the story that's being told? And since I'm only 34 pages in, I don't know, because I've never read a fantasy book. I've never read magical realism for the Astonishing Color of After. I've just really never read anything except, I guess, some contemporaries. And that was years ago, really. Actually, I did read some. No, I don't know if that would be considered magical realism. It's more like poetry, really. But, so, like, when I'm reading this book, I am okay to just keep reading. Like, if it wasn't for this kind of trying to read the same amount of each book, I might, well, I do read very slow, so it's this big thing. It's this big, huge thing. Like, yesterday, I can't even tell you how long it took me to read from these 7 books. Hours and hours and hours. So, I don't really know what to call this other than an update. It's not really a blog or vlog, reading vlog. So, I don't know. And I know that filming vertically is probably a huge turn off to people. And I don't expect really to get any, like, subscribe. I don't know. I'm hoping just a few people, because it's weird to make a video and then have it sit there with no views, no attention. But at the same time, I'm a pretty private person, so I am doing this for myself, to motivate myself. So I'm kind of torn on the whole thing. But if you did happen to find my video and you've made it this far, I would like to thank you. And I will try and make a video in a few more days with another update. Maybe I'll be at page, like, I don't know, 75 or so. It's kind of exciting. Okay, I will see you then. Bye. No, I told myself I would never do that bye thing. Okay, so just continue wishing me luck that I will be successful in my little reading challenge.